Hello, my lovely audience. Welcome to Saturday's What If. What if Deku had the quirk Ozit? Or had Ozit? Something like that, I don't know. I'll come up with the name later. Now, in case you're wondering what Ozit is essentially the Egyptians' version of Cerberus. Yeah, think of him like that. Or her. Like that. She is said to have the head of a crocodile, body lion, backside of a hippo. Just all the big old people eaters of the time. All the creatures that eat the most humans will combine into one atrocity. AKA Ozit. Now then, let's get on with the what if. So, Zuku's the quirk doctor getting his quirk checked, yada yada yada. Now, his quirk would be, Ozit. Now, here's how it works. Deku has 3 hearts. 3 beating hearts. And he has a healing factor. He is able to offer up a piece of himself, to summon Ozit. Like, full-sized Ozit. The size determines the amount of him that is lost, and his heart is the most valuable piece of him, and so, one of his hearts is the most valuable piece of him, so thus, the heart tends to get the biggest size of Ozit. But he can sacrifice something else, like a hand, or a foot, or a leg. Once again, he has a healing factor. Now, since the heart is so important, it can take up to 2 weeks to regrow one heart. Whilst with his limbs, it's like a day for each. So, yeah. Deku is naturally very happy about his quirk. So, yeah. You tell Bago about it, Bago wouldn't believe him. Deku would, sacrifice his pinky finger. He would make a hand sign of something biting down on something. Just think like a crocodile hand sign biting something. And whatever he was facing, a apple on a rock, a small Ozit would come out of the ground and just chomp on the apple, and Deku's pinky finger would just disappear. Like it's taken off clean. Just poof. Fucking gone. This entire open wound. And now there's just a little lion cub Ozit just kind of about. Yeah, little tiny Ozit. So Bakugo would walk up to Deku and say, "It's cool, just very small." Deku would look at Bakugo and say, "Oh, the size depends on how much of myself I give up, so if I gave up my arm, it would be much bigger. Do you want me to?" No, I believe you now. I believe you. Please don't get rid of your arm. Deku would just smile brightly as, Ingo has a panic attack at her son's pinky just vanishing. Time skip a few years. Middle school. Deku has developed a reputation for being very eccentric. He managed to sneak into his mother's, makeup box and do a half-decent job on his face with, a mirror. Just kind of green and black eyeliner, just, black under his eyes, and then a bit of green on top of the black. Just, at the edge. just to make himself look better. Along with that, Deku has begun growing small patches of scales, and his teeth have grown much sharper. But yeah, Deku's become quite eccentric. Hell, he's even gotten a part-time job. No, he will get a part-time job so he can buy some, jewelry. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's continue. But if anyone throws a party, you know Deku is gonna be the one planning it, and you always know it's gonna be one of the... It's gonna go down in history. I forgot the name, Altura Junior High, I think it is, has never known a more ravenous party animal other than Deku. He is a fucking party animal. No pun intended. Yeah, anyone throws a party, whether it's a birthday or, just a regular old party, Deku's the one who's planning it. It's by choice. The guy manages to somehow sneak in beers. No one knows where he gets them. No one knows who's his supplier. Along with that, he will put on a full-on fucking fireworks display. If it's Christmas or your birthday, he will have the skies shine your name. So, yeah. He's what many would call eccentric. So, yeah. Give me a moment. Oh, no. So, yeah. Deku's a fucking eccentric man. Very eccentric. So, yeah. At the end of middle school, time skip to the end of middle school, Deku, before the teacher comes in, Deku's desk is filled with papers and plans. He's gonna go all out with this one. It's the end of middle school party. It's something everyone has been both fearing and looking forward to. Fearing because they're afraid that he will accidentally start a war. With the amount of pyrotechnics he's probably going to use, it's going to look like Japan's being attacked with a tactical nuke. Yeah, just some joke. And also excited because it's Izuku. That guy knows how to make a party. And, Deku has an whole ass whiteboard just filled with different graphs and statistics of how parties he's thrown typically go. Just seriously, he is going full on quantum physics with this one. He even has a full on folder. He's writing down blueprints because he's gonna make some fireworks. Yes, Deku makes his own fireworks. No one knows where he gets the gunpowder. No one knows where he gets the gunpowder. They just know he gets it from someone. He makes his own fireworks, which explains the letters. But he's drawing up blueprints for things that look like artillery shells. Artillery cannons of fireworks. The teacher would walk in. He would look at Deku. He would look out the window. Just silently question whether he should do it. And then decide against it. As he would say, alright, let's talk about what you want to be in the future. Who the fuck am I kidding? Y'all want to be heroes. He would say, throwing the papers up into the air. This time the window's closed, so no papers out the window. Instead, Azit jumps onto the table and, eats one. The teacher would say, don't worry, I made extras. Deku would say whilst, Ozit's on the table, entirely engrossed in his own world, like, "Hey, Ozit, can you fetch me one of those, red markers?" Ozit would, take a red marker off the table and just run over to Deku. Bakugo would go on his speech about blah blah blah, he's better than everyone. And, well, except for Deku, because he has absolutely no idea how big Ozit can get, and if, Ozit can turn into Gigantomachia, then, yeah. Just for your information, it can go bigger. Much bigger. Anyway, so, yeah. Deku's just kind of, one of his tongue, he's sticking out his tongue. Writing down things. Bakugo goes on his rant. The class boos him. Someone throws a piece of paper at him. It would bounce off his head and land on Deku's table. Deku would take the paper and go, "Oh, this has given me an idea. Yeah, that could work." Yes. My magnum opus. Deku's going full on sinister Egyptian deity. He's going. Oh, yes. Everyone would look at the guy who threw the paper like, "Do you want us to go to war with America?" That's just what everyone would say as they look at him. Or, think. Deku would begin cackling evilly. Once again, his Egyptian, deity side is showing. Well, more so the Egyptian side. Because Egyptian deities tend to be rather eccentric. Yeah, especially when it comes to offerings. But yeah, Deku's cackling like a fucking psychopath. Like an absolute madman. The teacher would just silently make a mental note to himself to make his apartment, add even more soundproofing to it. So, yeah. End of day, Deku's giving out invites to everyone, saying that everything's gonna be ready in a week. They're gonna be partying at his place. Bye-bye. Everyone would just look at the invites. There's a cutely drawn crocodile on it, and a fucking nuclear warhead behind it. One that's being like a detonated nuke, as everyone would just silently gulp to themselves. Anyway, Deku's running home. He takes, the underpass. Not because Bakugo bullies him, because he wants to get there fast. As fast as he can. Sludge Villain would jump out. Deku would look at it and say, "Holy shit, it's a giant turd mixed with Michael Jackson." The Sludge Villain would stop moving, as it would look at him and go, "Why am I get the turd, but why Michael Jackson?" "Because you're coming after a kid." Deku would then chuckle and begin running. "Oh, you fuck!" The Sludge Villain would come after Deku. Deku would, up to his, forearm, would just disappear, as he would take his, other arm, let's say the forearm of his right hand is gone. Everything up to the forearm of his right hand's gone. Deku would use his left and kind of make a crocodile biting shape. Think Khan from Chainsaw Man. He would do that as Ozit's head would just emerge from the ground and clamp down on the Sludge Villain. Completely and totally imprisoning it. Because, well, crocodile. Ozit's the side of, I don't know, half the street. Well, Ozit's head is, anyway. All Might would arrive like, I am here. Deku would say, the turd is in there. He would say, like, pointing over to Ozit. All Might would walk up and Ozit would open their mouth as the sludge villain would jump out like, please, take me away, that was horrifying. What, you were just in Ozit's mouth for, like, a few moments, can't be that bad. No, you don't understand the things I've seen in there. The things that's happened to me. I feel violated. Now, something about Ozit is that, well, it will eat your heart if you fail, the Egyptian's trial, to move on to the afterlife. Fail the trial, Ozit will eat your heart. Now, no one knows what happens when Ozit eats your heart, because to the Egyptians, the heart was like where the emotion and brain and thoughts are. Like the emotion and soul and personality. That's where the heart is to the Egyptians, well, at the time. So, they had no fucking clue what happened when Ozit ate your heart. Either A, you just fade into oblivion, B, your soul becomes restless for eternity, and I don't know what C is. Can't remember. So I'm just gonna go with it when Ozit eats you. All of them happen. You're in a state of nirvana and unclarity, but you're fully conscious. It's a weird middle ground where you just feel just like violated, I guess. I can't describe what goes on in there. It's just like, note, being in there for a week is enough to turn, like, All Might into Aizawa. If that's any clarification on how shit it is to be inside of Ozit's mouth. Anyway, yeah, Deku would take out one of his notebooks, have All Might sign it. Deku would, wave All Might off, and Deku's pinky finger would disappear as Ammit would return to her little chibi form. Yeah, every time she's summoned in a size change, it costs a piece of Deku. Deku sighs, thinking to himself, gonna be harder writing with only, with 4 fingers and no, right hand. But I'll make it work. He would then just, like, run off, way too preoccupied with the grand cadenza party he's gonna be throwing. Now, party comes, and it is fucking incredible. Like, it is one of the greatest parties Altera Junior High has ever seen. In fact, it's the greatest party Izuku Midoriya has ever thrown in that school. There are people, like, going off of the roof of the building, like, sliding down, doing a triple backflip, and landing in a pool. Like, sliding down the pipes. The drainage pipe. Doing a triple backflip, landing in the pool. In a pool which Deku had, like, personally brought over from a favor he has. No one knows how he got the favor. Everyone's just kind of scared of how he... No one knows why he has the favor. Everyone's just scared of how he got it. How he got a favor big enough for them to make a fucking pool outside. But no one really questions him because they don't want to end up in Ozit's mouth. But yeah, the pod is going. And then Deku's magnum opus. It's a catapult filled with fireworks, custom made, that upon being launched, no, it's not one catapult, it's a fucking trebuchet. In case you're wondering, trebuchet fires multiple stones. Yeah, upwards. Catapults are long distance, trebuchets are upwards. and also like fire multiples. Yeah, he has like 3 trebuchets, all with custom-made fireworks to be like. This is the gonna be like New Year's. Deku would like light the torch, both theoretically, both metaphorically and literally. He brought a fucking torch to this. But he would burn the ropes, and the trebuchets would fire. Like the firework ignited as like said artillery fireworks from earlier would just begin firing in the air, making like exploding in a exploding as the words "end of school" would be in the sky in like green and oranges and black. Well, not blacks, greens and oranges, and hell, like there's even a fucking crocodile, hippo, lion. He has this entire picture in the damn sky in the form of fireworks. No one knows where he got the gunpowder for this. All they know is they're loving it. Now, we cut to Bakugo. He would wake up the next day. He would wake up the next day, passed out on Deku's couch. He would also notice that a guy with red spiky hair and shark teeth is sleeping on top of him. And then he would notice that both of them are naked. And then the things would just slowly come back to him as... Give me a moment. As the previous night's events would just slowly come back to him, as Bakugo would just say to himself. He would like smirk and say to himself, "Nice. Lost it before Zuko." Can't wait to tell that dumbass. He would like crouch up and see Deku on like the stairs, passed out, with like 3 or 4 random women also passed out on top of him. Bakugo would just say to himself, "You fucking bastard." Bakugo would look up and see someone passed out on Deku's like lampshade. There are people on the like TV stand. Yep. So then, time skip a few weeks. Yeah. Deku has officially been banned from literally every pyrotechnic store in Japan for about 2 months, which didn't seem to bother him. When Bakugo asked him why, he said that his supplier was apparently not even in Japan, which only raised more questions, but Bakugo didn't really want the answers to said questions. Also, Deku got an invitation from, like, the government of when his, like, you know, quote-unquote ban from fireworks is over, that he come and work on the New Year's fireworks, because, like, the entire city of, like, Mustafa, I think they are in, or, like, Tokyo, Mustafa, Tokyo, whatever the hell. I'll just say they're in Tokyo, and, like, a place of it's called Mustafa. I don't know Japanese choreography. I watch My Hero Academia to see a green broccoli boy punch angry Pomeranian so hard he gets sent through a building. Joke. But yeah. Like, the entire city they were in, not district, city. The fucking city saw his fireworks display. The entire city. You could see a green glimmer from space. You could see satellites picked up a green glimmer from on Earth from space, and we can all guess what that green glimmer was. It was the giant crocodile hippo. Oh, firework blast thing. I don't know, but yeah, you could see it from space. Don't know why I'm talking like a sassy girl, but I am. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, Deku's been training, his physical body at, Dagobah Beach with Bakugo. just, just because. Just because it's something to do whilst he's on probation from committing acts of terrorism. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a big old joke. Yeah. Whilst he's on break from, just kinda showing aliens the glory of fireworks. Yeah. But he does want to get into UA, so he's working out, trying to speed up his regeneration whatever way he can. By that, I mean he's constantly just summoning and just unsummoning and resummoning Ammit. His fingers did not like that. But yeah, he's managed to get it from 24 hours to 12 hours for complete recovery. I'd say it's pretty good. This is an arm or something. An arm or a leg. 24 hours to 12 hours, half a day. Yeah. And this is the entire, 9-10 months training arc. Now, just so y'all know, I'm probably going to be on a hiatus for a few days, so I'm going to be pre-recording a couple dozen videos or so for y'all to enjoy. Just kind of need to take a break. Themed weeks can be extremely draining. Also, if any of you have left a comment for a recommendation that I should do after the themed week ends, please put the comment here in this video. Please do that. Because, well, once the themed weeks end, I'm gonna stop pre-recording things. So, yeah. Pre-recording things to post over the course of a few days to just kind of let myself relax. You still get content, and I give my throat a rest. Win-win. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, your entrance exam. Deku-tan. He's finally gotten that part-time job, and he is now, piercings. He now has a set of earrings, a cool-ass necklace, a needle, shiny. He has a collar on him. Necklace that goes, around his chest, not a loose one, one that's tight to him, the kind of pharaoh would wear. Fun fact, in Egypt, pharaohs never showed their hair to anyone. Yeah. No one knew what their hair looked like, which is why they always, all the paintings of them and so on had those big old hats. But yeah, Deku has a collar, necklace that's tight to his chest, piercings in his ears. He be drippy as hell. Deku and Baka would be standing outside of UA, excited. Deku would, just kind of lean over to Bakugo and say, "Hey, I'm pretty sure that, Kirishima guy's here. What happened between the two of you?" Bakugo would turn red as he would hit Deku in the back of the head as he would yell, "None of your business!" Considering I was the guy who set the two of you up, I think it should be my business. You know, want to be the best man at the wedding. Deku would just start running as Bakugo would chase after him like, You glamorous fuck! Aoyama would just turn his head like, Mon ami? As Deku would run past. Aoyama would look at Deku like, Oh my goodness! I have just found another pretty man. Bakugo would chase after him like, Move out of the way, pretty boy! I have another pretty boy to catch! Aoyama would just begin chasing after them like, Mon ami, you have made a friend for life! You have complimented me more than anyone else has. You have made a friend for life. So now it's like Deku, Bakugo, and Aoyama chasing each other. Bakugo would yell at Aoyama, Please lay off, I have a boyfriend. Yes, Bakugo's gained this what if. Why the hell not? Like, I shouldn't be making a fuss about it. Neither should you. It's just someone's preference. We really shouldn't give a crap. In my opinion, your personality is not defined by your sexuality or who you're attracted to. If you're gay, straight, like bi, pan, I don't care. I won't make a fuss about it. I won't pay attention to it. Only in conversations where, sexuality would be brought up. But I would not pay attention to your sexuality, whatever. I treat everyone the same. And I think everyone else should too. Just, yeah, okay, you're gay. So what? I'm straight. That's just who we are. We're just people. Okay, enough with this kind of opinion. Enough with opinion. Back to the what if. Like, Bakugo would chase Deku into the written exam. Yama would follow closely behind. They would write the written exam, and as soon as they finished the written exam, Deku would sprint out the class. Bakugo would chase after him. Then Aoyama would chase after Bakugo. Like, I wish to thank you for the compliment, and I wish to meet your pretty boyfriend, and I would like to go shopping with him. See what possible clothing he could like. Like, Kirishima's just kind of sitting there, wondering if Bakugo's can turn up. You would see Deku running past. You would see Bakugo chasing after him. You would see, like, a blonde fellow he hasn't met chasing after Bakugo. Deku, like, Kirishima would just instinctively get up and begin chasing after Bakugo as well. Mina would chase after Kirishima. Chase after her best friend because this seems fun. So it's now Deku running away from Bakugo, who's being chased by Aoyama, who's being chased by Kirishima, who's being chased by Mina. Just this fucking conga line. They would eventually get into the bus, go to the, UA physical exam, blah blah blah, President Mike. Like, Deku would run through the doors, like, jump over a counter. Bakugo would come after him. And, like, they would all dogpile each other. Deku would, like, evilly laugh as he gives a thumbs up, like, You can't get me now, Bakugo. We're in the physical exam now. You can't attack me once there's a pro hero. Bakugo would look at him like, You motherfucking bastard! Oyama would walk up to both of them like, Mon ami, thank you for calling me a pretty boy. You have made a friend for life. Katsuki Bakugo. How do you know my first name? Don't worry about it. Deku would instinctively just, like, move to Aoyama, like, move over to Aoyama and lean over and say, You have friends too? Friends in quotation marks? Oh, yes. Us, pretty men really do need a few friends here and there to get by. Deku would just take a card out of his backpack and say, "My card." Aoyama would take one out too and just pass it. The two of them would put the cards in their wallets, wink at each other, and just go to their seats. Bakugo just has this sense of unease. Kirishima would jump on Bakugo Bakugo! Baku bro! Mina would take pictures of the cuteness. Ida would get up and say, "Before the lecture has even begun, you have already disturbed this entire place. Before the lecture's even begun. Leave if you're not going to be serious. Why am I being so sassy today?" Aoyama would look at Deku. Deku would look at Aoyama. Would you happen to have one of those friends on speed dial? Would you? I have one on the nearest. I have one on the roof at 78th Street across the road. The one at 78th, third floor across the road. Aoyama would just pull out a walkie-talkie should he take the shot? Deku would shrug, we're currently inside of a hero building, so that, UA, so that may not be the best idea. Later. Aoyama would thumbs up and nod as he would slowly put the walkie-talkie back in his bag. Ida would just instinctively sit down you know what? Nope. I value my life today. Everyone knows, if a guy is a pretty man, you don't fuck with him. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows, don't fuck with the pretty men. They have friends in high places. Throughout the entire conversation, the entire explanation, but Kirishima's just on top of Bakugo, not that way, just cuddling up against him. It's cute. Mina's still taking pictures as President Mike's explaining. Ida does not have the gall to get up and complain, to President Mike about the 0-pointer because he has two pretty men behind him. So, yada yada yada, robots. Deku would have Ammit in the size of a lion or a hippo, which is 1.5 fingers, I guess. Yeah, the size of a hippo. And Ammit's running through 0-pointers this, chomping down on him. Give me a moment. Chomping down on him, crushing him to bits, smushing him, using its tail to knock them down and crush them. Deku's on top of Ammit, with a piece of rebar he's using as a spear as he would stab it into one of the 1-pointer's eyes. So, yeah, Deku's racking up points. 0-pointer would come out. He would just say, "Nope." You would hear a girl go, "Help, I need help! Ah!" And no, it's I guess, Uraraka? No. Yeah. Momo. Yeah, Momo. You know what I always found weird in MHA? The fact that Uraraka couldn't just float the rubble off of her and crawl away. Why couldn't she have done that? So yeah, it's Momo. At least then it would be a harder time to explain the stupidity. So 0-pointer's about to step on her. Deku would just close one of his eyes, do the con hand sign, Chainsaw Man con. Just close his hand, and he would say, "Ammit." As he would give up 2 of his 3 hearts, and Ammit would just chomp on the 0-pointer. Ammit's head is double the size of the 0-pointer, and it would just bite the 0 pointer in half. Ammit is currently like the body is in the ground. Ammit would just crunch down on the 0 pointer, cutting it in half, as the other half would fall to the side. Cut to All Might and, like, Nezu. All Might is just like, oh my. I met that kid. I did not think he could make the crocodile that big. I really did not think he could. Oh my fucking goodness. Mirako is just like instinctively hiding behind a chair. Like, crocodiles eat rabbits, And, well, that thing's a combination of a crocodile, a lion, and a hippo. All of those things attack rabbits. Fun fact, hippos are aggressive fucks. A hippo is extremely aggressive and will attack just about anything. Literally, it will. Even rabbits, even crocodiles, it will attack it. So, like, Mirako's self-preservation instincts are, like, on full drive. Hawks is also hiding behind the chair with her, like, yeah, crocodiles and lions also eat birds. So, yeah, I think I'm good here. Like, they're just cowering behind a chair. Vlad King, who was, like, had a popsicle in his mouth. His mouth is now open as the popsicle would fall out. As Deku would sacrifice one of his, like, pinkies, and Ammit would go into a tiny little chibi form, little tiny Ammit. No, he would sacrifice 1.5 fingers, having, like, this, or this, I guess. As Ammit would just kind of lift off the rubble off of Momo, as Deku would just kind of pick her up, walk away. Bakugo and, like, Kirishima just kind of staring at him, like, Bakugo would say, okay, I knew he could make it big, just not that big. I think he might be able to make it bigger because he still had, like, 2 arms and 2 legs, right? And for, like, every leg, it's like a double in size, I think. Like, arm or leg, it's like a 10 times increase. Oh my. Oh no. Don't check the math on that. I'm not good at. It's like, it's 1 in the morning. I started recording at 12. I'm not in a state where I can do math. I'm in a state where I can record a video, but not math. So, yeah, Deku would just kind of carry Momo to Recovery Girl. Everyone's just kind of looking at him like, holy fucking shit. Ayama, who was in a different, like, ground, even saw the Ammit head. They even saw, like, Aoyama, who was, like, in the other side of the training area, even saw the Ammit head. Like, physical exam, entirely separate city. Quote-unquote fake city. Just regular fake city. Entirely separate one. He saw the Ammit head and just knew. Mon ami, I see the pretty boy is also a pretty man. Good. Good. Soon, my comrade. Why is he talking Russian? Soon, my comrade. Soon. Just like a random guy would ask, what's happening soon? Like how Yama would pull out a gun. Shoot him. Oh my fuck. Yeah, Aoyama would just pull out a fucking Glock and cap him. Oh my goodness. That's what you call comedy. Oh my, he died from one of the robots armed with machine guns. Who would have guessed that a bunch of robots with missiles and machine guns would probably kill people? Who would have guessed? Aoyama would just say, like, lifting his hands up, still holding the smoking gun. The people who, like, the heroes designated to watch that area, like, should we do something? They proceed to be shot down from, like, this, from a building, like the 70th on the 3rd floor apartment building that is like the 70th in the street. 70th building in the street on the 3rd floor. There's a guy with like a beret. The guy has a beret and like classic French striped shirt. He's holding a smoking sniper rifle as he would go, Mon ami. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm ending this off here. Goodbye, my lovely, lovely audience. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you next time. Yeah, and bye bye.